Hey guys, it's Brittany with Drops of Jupiter Astrology. I'm so excited to finally be able to make this video. It's been super crazy, so I'm sorry for my hiatus, but I am back making the video on the 7th and 8th houses. So, before we begin, please like and subscribe. I really do enjoy doing this, and I love bringing, astrology to your lives and help you to be able to use astrology in your everyday life and not have it be this crazy, mystical, nonsensical thing that's just some weird thing that we do, but it actually makes sense. I mean, if you can feel the sun's heat on you, you could then stretch to think, the sun has some kind of effect on you energetically. If the moon can control the ocean, which is so much stronger than any of us, and we are 98% water, then, the moon's got to have some effect on us, so on and so forth with, all the other planets, Pluto, Jupiter, Mars, Venus, they all play a part in their own amazing way. So please, like and subscribe, share these videos. Let people know that astrology isn't just some crazy weird thing, that it actually can help you live a better life and understand yourself and others better, therefore inspiring compassion, which is so important, especially in a time like right now, where people are fighting like cats and dogs and no one seems to understand one another. This could help. Astrology could help us all. Follow me on Instagram at astro_by_B. I love to post really fun videos and write about what's going on currently in the sky. So, if you're feeling a little tension, hop on and see. There might be, a crazy T-square or, planets that are just not having a nice conversation. And believe me, it will help you get through it. So anyways, now let's focus a little bit on the 7th house. The 7th house is a really important house. It is our house of partnership. It's our house of marriage and business relationships. It's our house of contracts, legalities, negotiations. It's the house of agreements. It's the house that all those kinds of contractual binding relationships happen. Marriage, it's a contract. It happens in the 7th house. A business deal, it's a contract. It's a relationship, but it also is a contract. It's binding. And these types of things happen in the 7th house. So the things that are big like that, you're gonna look to your 7th house and you're gonna see what's going on there. And that's gonna help you better to understand not only your, romantic relationships, but your business relationships and what goes on, when it comes to contracts. So the 7th house is really cool because not only does it speak to our partnerships, but it also will speak to, why? What was the motivation for this relationship? That's something that you're going to look at when you look at your 7th house. You're going to be like, so, what's my motivation for partnerships or relationships? Is it for love or is it for money? Is it a integral relationship? Is it one that there's reciprocity involved, or is this one-sided? Am I just looking to get something, or is the other person looking to get something, depending on how it's aspected? That's going to indicate, are people using you or are you using them? Is the relationship for practical reasons? I can't afford to make it on my own, so I'm going to get married, so I have someone to help me, and practically that makes sense for me. Is it for, a social reason? Oh, I somehow married a celebrity and I'm gonna, do that so that I can get my own fame. There's many reasons for a unit to happen, for uniting with people, either for business or for pleasure. And so we look to the fourth house to see, why we have these partnerships, what's going on, and, are they filling voids? Are they healthy? Are they not healthy? Are they, just the general consensus of what these relationships are going to be like in your life. Is it easy for you to partner with people? Is Venus in your seventh house and you value working with others? So not only do you value relationships and having, a working relationship with your partner or your spouse, but you also value starting a business with someone and, the two of you working together and contributing something to the business. Do you have Saturn in your seventh house, which is shrinking that house and what that house is going to do for you? So, relationships are few and far between, or it's hard for you to find love, or it's hard for you to work with others, depending on what planets are there, depending on how it's aspected. Are the planets that you have there, like, is Venus there, which is a very good aspect to have, or a good configuration, but maybe it's squared. And so Venus is damaged. So while, you should have very harmonious relationships and benefit from marriage and working together with people, you may have to get over some tension or some kind of opposition before you can reap the benefits of that. So it's really, it's really interesting to see, what the seventh house is going to bring. And it can really teach us a lot of lessons. The seventh house can focus on the light of relationships, but also on the dark side of relationships, and, can speak to divorce and lawsuits, which are also contractual, so these types of things, all arise here, at its worst. Maybe a marriage ends and there's a divorce and you've created an enemy. But, on the other aspect, on the other side of it, you might find, a really great working relationship or a really great partner. And, the seventh house speaks to that for you. It all matters what's in your chart, and personally what was, laid out in the stars for you at your time of birth. If you need any help looking up your chart, if you would like your chart sent to you, you have any questions about your chart, please do reach out. You can always reach out to my Facebook page at facebook.com/Drops of Jupiter Astrology. There you can contact me and you can ask me any questions. You can also go to Instagram and ask me questions on Instagram. Message me there, because I'm really happy when people do ask questions, and I'm able to clear certain things up for them and help them to understand a little bit more of, their chart and what's going on for them. Also, the eighth house now is the eighth house, right? A lot of people are confused by the eighth house. The eighth and the 12th are the two most confusing of the houses. And so the eighth house is the house of sex, which most people know, Scorpio, and the house of sex, but it's also the house of death, of life, of rebirth. So when you think of this house, you can also think of rebirth, a new beginning, a change. In some cultures, like in the French culture, they think of orgasm and being in that state as almost as if you die a little And so it's considered a rebirth every time you're in that state, because it's a very vulnerable state, as is birth and death. So that is also, in relation to life and death. So the eighth house, it looks at partnership as well. It looks at like failed relationships that lead to new ones. So if marriage fails, now you can look to the eighth house to see what's coming up next. Career and changing of careers, rebirth of career, things that are just new in your life. A new wardrobe, a new hairstyle, a new house, things like this that, things that are changing, new, rebirth is really the main theme for the eighth house. I mean, a lot of people think of it as dark and kind of like the underworld, and it can be secrets and betrayal, as Pluto is involved, but, eighth house isn't all bad and it's not all scary. Eighth house also deals with inheritance. If you're going to get an inheritance, you're going to look to your eighth house. It's going to deal with alimony. So when you divorce, you're going to look here to also see, alimony, taxes, insurance, support from others within your circle or in your life. Financial support is within this house, and spiritual and emotional support, physical support, these types of things. We're all going to find them here in the eighth house. So if, you have a birthday coming up, a solar return is a really great idea, because all of these houses are going to kind of give you an idea of what's going on in life and what's up for this next year. It's going to tell you like the seventh and eighth houses are aspected a little funny. There's oppositions maybe, or, a really tense square, and it's not a good time to sign a contract. It's not a good time to, delve into a lawsuit. It's not going to go your way. So these are really good things to look at, and, for like planning wise. I can tell you that every solar return that I've ever gotten, I've literally reread it in the middle of the year and went, oh my goodness. It's incredible. Or re-looked at my chart and went, oh my goodness. You kind of look at it a little and you say, okay, these are the things that are up ahead. But as they start happening, you start to realize how real this is. And it's really it's useful, because life is stressful. But if you can kind of plan a little bit and prepare yourself emotionally, you can get through things a lot easier. So, so rituals are also involved in this house. And, past life regression. We're going to look deep into the eighth house. We're going to look deep there, because this is where we're going to see like the soul, past life, the past, things that, you're carrying. It gives you like a real sense of the deep down inner you. So, do you like, ritualistic type behaviors? Do you take on rituals? Are you going through a metamorphosis in life? Relationships and rituals are really important in the eighth house. And also our legacies. How do we conduct ourselves? And how will all of this play out? What karma am I bringing into my life that will be brought into the next? So these two houses are really amazing. As I said before, for 7th house, it's, ruled by Libra and Venus. And Venus is so sweet. We just love her. She's all about values and money and love and attraction and, just the things that we value and just beauty and beautiful things. But yet the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. And its planets are Mars and Pluto. The ancient ruler was Mars, and, the current ruler is, current day ruler is Pluto. So Mars and Pluto are involved there. Think about Mars and sex and the extension of the ego and being the workhorse, the one that's just the jet propulsion for accomplishments and things that you want to do in life and how you want to be seen for the things that you've accomplished in life. And then we've got Pluto, the powerhouse, the one that wants to explode wherever it is and, reap its power all over that house, wherever it lands, and try to get you to fudge up, So if you've got Pluto in the 7th, it's going to try to explode your relationships or explode your business deals, explode those areas of your life. Because remember, the houses are where the energy manifests. And Pluto's going to try to talk in your ear and go, it's okay. You can have this bad behavior and not be nice to this person and talk badly, but then you're going to get in trouble and you're going to go, what happened? Pluto, you really have to be careful with Pluto because Pluto's not nice. Pluto kind of wants you to fudge up and screw up. And if it's, in your, let's think of another good one. If it's in your 2nd, where normally Venus is ruling, and Venus says, abundance and have a good, solid handle on your money. Pluto says, I'm going to explode it. And when something bad happens where it's time to spend money, Pluto is saying, oh, it's okay. Don't worry, you have to spend money, splurge, get the best, get the this, get the that, and try to get you to overspend. So then you go, oh no, I gave in to my Pluto energy instead of saying, no, Pluto. It's my alarm. No, Pluto, I'm not going to give in to you. I'm going to do things in the right way. And I'm not going to overdo it. And, use that energy, that challenge to rise above. And so all of that, speaks to where the 8th house comes from and how it can be dark, but also how it can really help you to understand a little bit more about who you are in the dark and the light, as Pluto does. And Mars about, how strong are you? The gumption that you have to succeed. So, 8th house, that all manifests. So it's interesting, these two houses, and how much they can tell you about your relationships and about your life and about, just partnerships and marriage, contracts, lawsuits, rituals, all these things. They are all dealt with between the 7th and 8th house. So it's pretty interesting. And again, if you need help looking at your chart and understanding this stuff, guys, I can apply it to your life in a way that you will get it. It's not going to be some like woo-woo thing that is so above, normal thought. You're going to say, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'm going to externalize it for you and help you to really understand, what's going on and maybe have an aha moment and grow a little, which is so awesome. If we can all just grow a little bit every day. So guys, this was my interpretation of the 7th and 8th house. Next we'll be doing 9 and 10 and then 11 and 12. So please like and subscribe. Hit me up on Instagram, astro_by_B. And also on Facebook at facebook.com/Drops of Jupiter Astrology. Please ask any questions. I'm here to help. I hope you have a blessed day. And Never stop inspiring compassion. See you next time, guys. Bye.